Signs like this could soon be returning if the UAW goes through with a strike Thursday night. It wouldn't be the first. The 1940s saw multiple UAW strikes. The 1970s saw some of the most consequential auto worker strikes in history. 2007's strike ushered in many changes, like 401k plans for new employees rather than defined pensions. Changes the UAW now wants changed again. But the politics of all of this is a bit complicated. After all, the UAW has been involved in American politics for decades. Typically, the union has been in lockstep with Democrats, endorsing President Joe Biden in 2020 and countless other Democrats throughout the last 100 years. In return, Democrats have typically stood by auto workers and many of their demands during work stoppages.
Our endorsements are going to be earned, not freely given.
But as UAW President Shawn Fain alluded to earlier this week, the union has not yet endorsed President Biden in the 2024 election, complicating any involvement, this time by the White House. One major issue is electric vehicles, a policy pushed by the president. Ford CEO James Farley said last year that EVs will eventually require 40% less labor to build than traditional cars. Not to mention, the UAW has criticized Democrats in the past for handing out EV battery building contracts in recent months to states with low union membership.
We have a lot of issues to resolve. I mean, there's a lot with the EV transition that has to happen.
The EV divide puts the White House in a potentially tough political spot.
I'm proud to be the most pro-union president.
Standing by the auto workers in a possible strike could potentially put the president against his own EV policies. Not standing with them entirely could potentially cost him an endorsement. Former President Trump, meanwhile, attempting to use this to his advantage. Pew Research recently found 4 in 10 Americans would be interested in buying an electric car.
What's happening to our auto workers is an absolute disgrace and an outrage beyond belief. These people are allowing our country to do these electric vehicles that very few people want.
As for the White House, for now, their involvement in a hypothetical strike remains unclear. Independent economists have said a 10-day strike could cost the U.S. economy over $5 billion.
The president believes that auto workers deserve a contract that sustains middle-class jobs.
Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.